What's up, guys? It's Benny. Anybody who's been in a functional long-term relationship knows that trust is a cornerstone of every working relationship, whether it be somebody you're in business with or somebody who collects your garbage or your attorney or your wife. You must be able to trust them and know that they're being honest with you when they speak to you. The lies that have been told to the American public via our intelligence agencies and federal law enforcement have become so onerous and so deceptive, so utterly prima facie embarrassing, so provably, demonstrably wrong that everything that the feds put out these days comes with a tinge of, I don't believe you, right? And there's something very strange that has happened over the past couple of days here to kick off 2025. We're going to go through some of the oddities that has really taken the internet by storm, including but not limited to the FBI just completely leaving the crime scene wide open in Houston, Texas, where the ISIS attacker who rammed into and killed 15 Americans on New Year's Eve was living. I'm going to show you a video that's going to blow your mind. But they're telling us there's nothing to see here. And anybody who's paying attention on New Year's knows that, well, everyone was acting alone, right? As Charlie Kirk says here. Everyone was acting alone, except for the fact that two suspects attacked on the same day, rented their cars from the same company, and served in the same military base. Got it. Sure. Yeah. Sure are a lot of coincidences here, says Elon Musk. There certainly are. I have personally called for the prosecution of anybody who was redirected from the FBI counterterrorism unit and sent to Washington, D.C. to hunt peaceful January 6 protesters. You want to know why terrorists are able to run and rummage and ram through our country? Well, it's because the Biden federal law enforcement agents were far more focused on locking up their political enemies than they were on stopping ISIS. New Orleans terrorist is a guy who blew up the Tesla truck, had both served at the same army base. Given what we know about the history of sadistic government programs in our military, this brings more questions than answers, says Candace Owens. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been some really strange happenings here. The Cybertruck incident, terrorist attack, right, on the Trump Hotel. That guy was like a 20 years special forces operator. Why did he rig such a pathetic bomb? I mean, even his own family's out saying he was a Trump supporter. This makes no sense. He shot himself before the bomb went off? Like that, again, this makes absolutely no sense. The FBI didn't know about the terrorist attacker in New Orleans, even though he declared himself a member of ISIS online, did it publicly, and he wasn't on the FBI's radar at all. What's broken here? And then lo and behold, right in the middle of all this, the FBI drops a new batch of documents and videos for the pipe bomber in Washington, D.C. Okay, just in time, right? It's just in time. While everybody is focused on other terrorist attacks, the FBI reminds us that they haven't solved this terrorist attack. And yes, this is actually absolutely a terrorist attack. This individual, who I firmly believe is a Fed, working with federal agents, clearly, and that's why he hasn't been caught, even though he's leaving DNA everywhere, ubiquitous on multiple video cameras and on his cell phone. The only cell phone that the FBI can't tap and doesn't have any of the information for. It was corrupted, you see. Yeah, okay. Even the cell phone companies came out and said that that's not true. Anyway, seems like the FBI is not really interested in gathering or procuring evidence when it is right in front of their faces. Although when it's a Lego Capitol building for January 6th, they go and they, of course, grab that up as evidence. This is like a famous case when there was like a guy who was like a peaceful protester on January 6th, and the feds raided his home and they confiscated a Lego set of the Capitol, saying that's evidence. All right. Well, you'd assume there'd be a lot of evidence that was snatched up by the FBI inside of the home of the, well, most successful ISIS terrorist attack in this country's recent history. But there isn't. In fact, the home is being toured by reporters who are freely able to go through and, without gloves, or anything else, contaminate the entire crime scene. This is insanity. I don't think that the reporter is doing anything wrong here necessarily, but I think this is insane that a reporter is able to just wander through the ISIS terrorists' trailer touching and showing you all of his things. The FBI has no interest in all of this evidence. Here we go. This is the video that has broken the internet.
Here inside the New Orleans terrorist home, you can see that it's been clearly destroyed, the door at least, from the FBI raid yesterday. But if we walk through the home, we see some signs of what he was up to. He had this work area here, lots of different chemicals splayed around, and different electronics. This is, again, a work setup. Left receipts, just very unkempt in here. If we go over here, actually, you can see the Department of Justice documents here, the search warrant, and the property that they recorded here, which seems to be a lot of chemicals. Again, just left in disarray. There's a bedroom back here, and his, what appears to be his collection of religious materials, his Qurans, an open Quran with a passage there, as well as even the Bible here, but mostly books on Islam, and his prayer rug just to the left of me here. And if we go back, there's another bedroom here. You can see he left all these belongings, contact lenses, personal belongings, his bathroom. This seems to be some sort of workspace, again, with other chemicals here. The light's still on, some kind of station set up here. We're not really sure what that was for. In, you know, what we can assume was also a bedroom. You can see clothes left here, and just a sign that someone was here up until those last few moments when neighbors said he left just before the New Year's holiday, saying he was done with his lease, it was up, and he was on his way to New Orleans where he would live there. Didn't take any furniture because he said his new home would be furnished. That's all we know so far.
So a New York Post reporter is able to just wander through the crime scene, showing lists of evidence and contaminants and chemicals for the entire world to see, of the most deadly ISIS terrorist in recent memory attacking the country. Bang up job. Everybody's saying the same thing to in response to this video, which is, how do you have access to this? Why is this not sealed off? The FBI literally seized a capital Lego set from a J6 defendant, but they left a Quran open to the passage of martyrdom next to the bomb-making station of the terrorist department. Yeah, sure, okay. So you just showed a list of chemicals a New Orleans person used. Okay, yeah. Why were you given this much access 2 days after the event? Why wasn't this sealed off in an active investigation? This does not pass the smell test. Seems like a total setup where there needs to be more explanation for how the media was given such quick access. It really doesn't seem like very interesting to leave no stone unturned uncovering the truth. Wouldn't it take a day of fingerprinting the entire house? We're supposed to believe this is a legitimate investigation while they were letting this bimbo reporter get her DNA all over a crime scene. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, the corporate media can't even do psyops anymore. All right. The FBI behaving this way would make you think that they don't believe Trump will ever take office. Yeah, I mean, the major takeaway here is if they were conducting a legitimate investigation and wanted to find every single lead, why would they just leave this guy's entire residence open? Why wouldn't they? What's going to happen to all this stuff? At the very least, like, you could you could like take it and destroy it so that nobody else could like come in and use it. Are you sure that there's nothing dangerous in there? I mean, there seems to be quite a bit of evidence in there. It's like she's saying, like, you have credit cards sitting. You use credit cards sitting there. This is insane. The FBI wanted us to know something. I mean, that's what's crazy. It seems completely staged. It seems like the FBI wanted us to know something. A chilling passage in his home. The Quran was open to a verse about martyrdom. Open to a passage reading, "They fight in Allah's cause. They slay and are slain. A promise binding." Okay, there you go. What the hell is this? Like, so hold on. Why don't we have any photos of Matthew Crooks' room? Matthew Crooks tried to start a civil war. Probably one of the most significant criminals of our time. And we don't have any photos of him. We know nothing about Matthew Crooks at all. The guy who shot President Trump and killed a man at a rally in Butler. We know nothing. We have no photos of his room. We have no images of anything he was reading or anything he was doing. Look at all this. Look at everything that they left here. This is crazy. You have electronics sitting here. You have some type of like small chemical, like I don't know exactly what it is, and I don't try to assume anything here. But this guy went and just slaughtered a bunch of people and slaughtered 15 people, injured 20 some more, and they just like barge in, grab a few things, and leave. This is completely bonkers. A reporter and a camera crew are just walking through the trailer of the New Orleans terrorists after the crime. How is this real? Again, why didn't we have any of this information about Matthew Thomas Crooks or the Ryan Routh who shot Trump, who tried to shoot Trump at his golf course? This is the photo of the trailer from the outside. The media obviously have been camped out there for a while inside the rundown trailer park where the New Orleans terrorist Jabbar lived with goats, chickens, and sheep after the army and his life spiraled into debt and 2 divorces. Oh, there you go. That's the trailer. They raided his trailer, and now the media can just, I guess, wander through and take souvenirs. I don't know, man. Seems insane. Seems insane. Again, why are you given this much access 2 days after the event? Why wasn't this sealed off as part of an active investigation? There needs to be more of an explanation than the media is giving such quick access. This is one of the biggest loads of crap. Sorry, but you should be smarter than this. You have a handler, whoever put you up to this. No one should be permitted to access a mass murderer terrorist house little more than a day after the event. They haven't even processed the crime scene yet. You certainly wouldn't find religious text from an Islamic terrorist proudly displayed and conveniently open to this specific page. Seems like a psyop. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I think it seems very, very, very strange. And a lot of the circumstances around here seems very strange. And then the FBI suddenly reigniting all the interest in the January 6th pipe bomber. Just be on high alert. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't live in fear, but keep your head on a swivel. Be smart. It's your boy Benny. Be smart and subscribe to our channel for all the more information and update about this crazy, crazy case. See ya.